Hey folks, okay, so it's been a while, but I brought my 92 Toro recycler out to do some mowing, and lo and behold, it won't run. So I have this on the forum already, but just in case someone's watching who isn't on the forum or hasn't read my post yet. So initially, it wouldn't run at all unless I gave it a little starter fluid, and then it would run fine till the starter fluid was out. Then it died. So, obvious culprit, carburetor. So I took that out, cleaned it, put it back. Now it runs for about 2 or 3 minutes till it starts getting warm. The engine warms up and it dies. And then it won't start for 2 or 3 minutes till it cools down. I don't know if the temperature is coincidence or symptom. I have run it with the gas cap off to make sure it's not plugged gas cap vent, and no change. I've run it with and without the air filters inside. But yeah, with or without the air filter, no change. I changed it's got fresh gas in it, and I changed out the old fuel hose with a transparent one. As you can see, it's full of fuel. So fuel delivery from the tank to the carburetor is fine. Also, I've spilled quite a bit fiddling with that, so I know that the fuel flow is fine. What else? Okay, so I tested the spark plug wire, the base of the core of the coil, and the kill tab, and they're all within spec, both when the engine's cold and when it has just died. The readings are exactly the same. I ran it without the kill wire, and it runs again for about 2 minutes and dies. I have checked, so I got this covered. I checked the gap on the rocker arms here, and they are just about perfect. So that shouldn't be an issue. I do have spark. I put a little spark tester spark light on it, and it lights up both while it's running and as it's dying. Because it takes 5 or 6 seconds for it to finish dying, and the whole time it's sparking. So it's got to be what? It's got to be a fuel delivery issue, or is it possible that it's losing compression when it warms up? Is that a thing? I don't know. Okay, so today what I'm going to... Oh, and I checked the spark plug, and the spark plug is fine. It's not... The 2 electrodes are not shorted, and the positive goes... Or, well, the positive electrode, I guess you'd call it, goes from the end that goes from the wire all the way down to the end that does the sparking, and there's hardly any resistance on that. What else? So I think I'm going to check compression, and I'm going to take the fuel bowl off but leave the fuel connected to see if we have good flow into the fuel bowl. One reason I'm wondering if it's still a fuel delivery issue is that the engine starts to run rough a few seconds before it dies, and when it dies you get the backfiring out of the carburetor like it's an extra lean issue, like it's not getting enough fuel. And so I'm convinced it's not a spark issue. I'm not convinced that I have solved any possible fuel issues. It could still be a fuel issue. Another thing I want to do today is look up the actual numbers on the carburetor and the engine, which I think are on the cover, which is inside. And unfortunately, I can't run it because I've taken the cover off and I don't have a gasket. So ideally what I would do, I should have done this before I took the cover off, but oh well, hindsight, is to do a compression test when it's cold and then right after it dies and see if there's a difference. But today what I can do is check to make sure that there's actually flow on this carburetor. Someone from the tractor forum suggested that, and it sounds like a really good idea, so I'm going to try that. And yeah, let me get like a pan or something to put under it, and we'll get started on that. Okay, I don't know if you can see or not, but that's the best angle I'm going to get, I think. So I've got the fuel cut pinched off for now, and I got a little bucket down here. So okay, so we'll just drain what's there. Alright, and I will hold the float up, and then we'll try unpinching this guy. Nothing. Okay. And let's see what happens when we well, let's see, we need to get it down down about the level of okay. Let's see. I don't know. That's about the level. So that's about how much fuel flow we have. I don't know. I mean, that seems like plenty to me, doesn't it? I don't know how to gauge these things, but ooh, if I was smart, I would time how long it takes to fill this little graduated bucket up to a certain amount. Okay, so maybe let's guess it's been roughly a minute. And what have we got? We got about 4 ounces. So actually, I'm going to pinch this back off. And I want to take that in so I can look at it more closely, probably clean it again. It's already been through a regular cleanup and a ultrasonic cleaner cleanup. Checked all the passages and things. I will check them again. I mean, it does act like it's got a fuel issue, but you know, like I said, it takes a while. Okay, I'll just throw that up here. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll throw it up in here. Keep it out of the rain. Okay, so here's the carburetor all took apart. I got the numbers off of this guy. They're right here. And I got the numbers off of this guy. They're right here. It's kind of weird. Up on the top it has a LMS, and then it has 2 2s that are stacked on each other and a 3. I don't know if that was a stamping mistake or if that means something. And then I got the number of turns out, 2¼ turns out. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing dirty in here. There's nothing clogged. You know, I can put probes through it. I got all the stuff out here, and it all seems okay. This was the piece I was wondering about right here. This is the needle valve seat. And I don't know, there's a little indentation on one side, and then it's flat on the other. I don't know if that shows up on video, but I've tried it both ways. When I originally took it out, I'm pretty sure that indented side was, you know, facing out towards the needle. So, I don't know, at this point I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is get a new needle and seat. I believe there is one available that actually comes with a seat. I think it's like partstree.com, if that's the right one. I think that's the one. And then I'll probably get a new gasket. And there was something else I was thinking of replacing. Anyway, if anyone, I'll continue reading, watching, looking for videos now that I got these numbers. Especially, I think this one is the model number. This one might be the serial number, and I have no idea what that one is. But doesn't Briggs have 3 numbers? I can't remember. Anyway, they all mean something, I think. But I think that is the model number of the carburetor, and that might be the serial number. I'm not sure. But those are the only 2 markings on the carburetor, other than it says Walbro on one side, and it has a little Briggs logo on the other, which is kind of neat. I like seeing all that. Oh, there's a 32 stamped inside there. I wonder if that means that the jet or whatever is a size 32. I don't think you can take these guys out. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So yeah, anyone who wants to leave a comment or a suggestion, I would like to hear it, as long as it's constructive. And yeah, I guess I will come in with a part 2 if and when I get it fixed.